Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to A Good Things Marriage Chats. I'm Tiara.
And I am Adrian. Do you like my swoop? I hope you do. I hope you said yes. That's why I gave you the Dora pause.
She did.
I did. Anywho, welcome back to the Marriage Chats
Welcome
room.
back, y'all.
Yes, where we sit and chat about marriage.
And the dips.
And the stuff.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
yes. Don't forget to go ahead and do the things. I'm just gonna go ahead and start the stuff. Push buttons. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on the socials.
I think the like is around here. I think
it's over there.
I think the like on this side and the subscribe on this side. I think.
Yeah, and then there's something up here, and then it's something down the aisles, and then some things. Anywho. Go ahead and push all those buttons to keep up with us. Check out the socials. Check out the website, agoodthing.one, not the 2 or the 3, but the 1.
Yes.
All right. Yes. All right. Now, y'all ready for some meat and potatoes? I am. Let's get into it.
So, I wanted us to chat today about how we are encouraging and supporting our partners individually. So we had a previous episode talking about self-love, boundaries, which we could have still went on and on about.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about how we could support our partners in doing that, because I think we're one of the first people to notice when our spouses are not taking care of themselves, or when they're defeated, discouraged, overextending themselves. Like, we're the first to see it. We're the first to recognize it.
Yeah, because we right on up under them. As I shared with you all before, I don't be remembering if I shared stuff. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say it because it sounds cute. But as I've shared with you all before, the beginning of the year was pretty difficult for Cortez and I. Not as far as like, we fighting. Yeah. But our marriage. Well, no, our marriage wasn't tested either. Patience, grace, support. I don't know. He was having some medical issues, and I literally stepped in, showed up, and showed out. And I had to make sure that I supported him through it, because I can see where he was getting depressed. I could see where he was just the life was just leaving his eyes, because he just felt so down and defeated, because he just felt like he couldn't take care of the family. And I'm like, you are taking care of the family. We just got to, get through this part, and then you'll be fine. It's not the end of the world. Right. You're not completely done. We just have to get through. We have to find out what the problem is. Yeah. We have to come to some kind of what's the resolution? How can we start working through getting things resolved? And then we continue to work on it until you're better. Yeah. And that's exactly what we did. I would look up stuff okay, how do I do physical therapy? Even though he was going through physical therapy already, I'm like, okay, let me see what's some other movements that we could do without me harming him. And I wouldn't recommend this. Is just what I did. This for me and my household, okay? But yeah, I would help him move his legs and do some gentle exercising with him to get some pressure off that nerve, because he was dealing with sciatic pain, severe sciatic pain. Yeah. I was doing everything that I could to make sure that he didn't feel hopeless. Yeah. Every single day. And we went through it for it was maybe 2 months, 2.5 months. It was a while. Yeah. It was a while. And so I, of course, was exhausted, and he was tired, because he waking up in the middle of the night just from pain, and, still having to get up and take the girls to school. And at the time I, wasn't working. So I was able to be at home with him and get things, going for him. So he wasn't there by himself. Yeah. But we had to push each other. Yeah. So all of that to say, because y'all know it's gonna be it ain't no marriage chats if ain't no tangent being made, okay? All of that to say, I made sure that as he was recovering from that physically and mentally, that I supported him, that I wasn't bearing. I didn't want to be overbearing because I didn't want him to feel overwhelmed. Because he already, felt like, bad. But I wanted to make sure that he understood, like, look, if you don't do this, you're not gonna be able to walk. And your job consists of you walking.
Yeah.
So he would get up and he would, try to move as best as he could. When he needed to rest, he would rest. I made them doctor's appointments for him. I made sure that we set up physical therapy for him. I made sure that we got chiropractic services set up for him. I supported him through all of that, even now.
Yeah.
Even now, like he's, I don't want to say 100% better, but he's about 98% better. He still be having his days, but I still support him through it as he's just trying to better himself, like get back to better health.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I commend you.
Oh, thank you.
I commend you.
Thank you.
I wasn't even there, but I know you did a good job.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I did.
But it's, you brought up a good point about speaking into them, encouraging them, because, we've talked about before, sometimes we're some of our worst critics. We're hard on ourselves, down in the dumps. And so it's nothing like having like a partner right there to like, no, you're not. Like, well, she know too, but my husband, my whole family know, like, don't say nothing negative about yourself in front of me. Don't say nothing that sounds like you're saying anything negative about like your current state and what ain't gonna happen and negative talk. Cause I'm nope, change that. Change that. Nope. And I have to do that to my husband several times. Like, I don't think I really realized until lately how much he says things that aren't the most positive when it comes to either himself and a lot of times I know he be joking. I'm like, what? Joke or not, like, no, I don't want to hear you saying anything like that about yourself, because you're still speaking it off your tongue. You still put it in the universe. That's not cool. So, I know, and I think the reason why I deem it so important is because I've been able, the more and more that I've like helped people and studying and seeing things, that there are a lot of people that deal with self-worth issues. And so when you don't think much of yourself, it just translates to everything that we do. Not just relationships, but it stunts our growth. It stunts our ability to excel in the areas that we want with our career, our business, like as a parent, like, because you're always in this place of defeat because you're operating in this consciousness of I'm not enough. I'm not enough. So even if somebody don't tell you that, that's what you're giving.
That's what you're giving. Yeah.
And so, if you can like reaffirm your partner until they get to that place, to let them know, again, like we talked about before, the things that they're doing well, reaffirm who they are as a person, and let them know that you got their back. Even speak scripture into them to tell them about who God says that they are, what kind of soul they are. And that, leading into that, prayer is like of the utmost importance. I still don't feel like that we pray with each other enough.
Yeah.
Like, I do pray for him. He does pray for me. And there's times at night where maybe we didn't get a chance to pray for each other. And if it comes up on my mind, I just touch him and I'll start praying. But we need to like actively be up and praying with each other more often as well, to pour into each other as well, because that's important too.
Yeah. I know we'll do the God bless you, like, and I'm like, that's so generic, but I do take the time to like cover him and the girls and myself, my friends, my family. I make sure that I do that to make sure we're all covered. And I know he does the same for us as well. But like you said, praying together, like we need to do more of that. It's not that we don't, it's just we don't do it as often as I would like to. To just make sure that we're just covered, that we're connected, that we understand that it's not just a human level thing, it's a spiritual connection as well. And we're here to do life together. So,
and it plays a huge part intimacy wise to be praying with your spouse, connecting them with that moment, and hearing each other cover the other person. Like, it could be just as deep as sex. If you all are literally pouring into each other in that moment, because sometimes you might have needed everything that they're saying, because they're not only they're giving these concerns and desires and prayers and everything to God for you, about you, but they're literally, you're hearing them say, and you can feel them expressing in their energy about how much they care about you and love you. So I can't stress praying for each other enough, both together and separately. But you also want to make sure that you're being a safe space for them. And I know we've talked about safe spaces before.
But being a safe space, that is we talk about it so much because it is very important. It is very, 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 very important to create such a space for one another to come in and spew what it is that you need to just get off your mind, off your chest without interruption. I know, like, when I create a safe space, whether it be, you know, for me and my husband, or me and my little sister cousin, or even me and the kids, is for us or for them to have the chance to come and sit and without judgment, without interruption, get their mads out, get your big feelings out, get all of your big feelings, all of your thoughts, all, like, everything that's like on your shoulder right now, get it out right now. And I sit there, and then once they're done, the question is, did you want me to just listen? You can do that before or after, but most of the time I'm like, okay, do you want to leave it here, or do you want me to give some advice or a suggestion? And if they want advice or a suggestion, I'll give it to them. If not, we leave it there. We leave it there. But it's so important to do that with your husband or your wife, because they need that. They need that. And we all need to have somewhere, whether it be our friends, our husband, or our spouses, or whatever. We need a place to go and just go, excuse me. Like, we need to, and then come up and be like, oh, Jesus, what? I feel so much better. You want to go get some ice cream? You know, right. Like, we need that. We need that. Because it's a way to get our big feelings out, whether they're happy feelings, whether they're sad feelings, whether they're mad feelings. Like, I'm using all the, like, kid words to, you know, describe, but sometimes we need that.
I was I don't think I posted it, but I was starting a TikTok earlier. I wanted to make a short clip about a word of advice that I would give to somebody who was looking to get married. And I was thinking about how important the safe space is, or wanting to translate that to someone who's maybe engaged or looking to get married, because, you know, you see, and I'm not seeing it as much, thankfully, so hopefully it's not happening as much, but you see a lot of people who are really just stuck on worrying about, like, this other person's baggage and how they don't want to deal with it, how they want this person to change, like they're getting mad at them because of how they're not changing on their timing, but yet they're not really giving them the room, because they're not, one, giving them the grace, two, the time, and three, and going at them at the mouth when it comes off. Like, they're not really giving them time to process. They're not giving them time to grow, heal, change, whatever. And so that's a lot of the times the reason why people are throwing in the towel with marriage, because you didn't really give them the safe space, and you're down their throat for a change they're looking to probably work on. So you just push them in somebody else's arms. That's not to condone anyone cheating. I'm just making sure you understand that sometimes, because I all it takes, because I'm trying to say how I want to say this. The wrong situation can pop up at the right time that will cause someone to feel that someone else is filling a void. Now, that's not to say that we should be looking to get our voids filled by our spouse. That's not what I'm saying. But in a weak moment, in a low state, at a time where the spouse is down in the dumps and they have not been being poured into, let that pass. Not being poured into, you're not paying attention to what's going on. You're not checking in on them. You're not seeing what you could do. You're not encouraging them, holding them, all these things, and you just in your own feelings, in your own world, because you're just mad because they're not doing what you want, listening to you or whatever, but you're not listening or hearing them either. And so all it takes is for this man to pop up at work, get him a car, take him to lunch, or this female to come in, It doesn't, again, I'm not condoning it. I'm just telling you how things like that can set up the wrong thing, the wrong time, the wrong place because of that spouse not feeling like that they had the room or the space to talk to you. Yeah. Because you're not giving them the room. Yeah. You're just down their throats and consistently reminding them about who they are and what they ain't doing, what they ain't got, they ain't enough, and you ain't gonna be, and you just like your daddy. And,
Yeah. That doesn't help anyone grow at all. No. That's not pouring into them. No. And honestly, we not condoning going out and looking for nobody when you're married. We know we got knuckle sandwich if you go do that and you come back and say Tiara Adrian, we're gonna find it, we're gonna punch you. But we know that just in those places and times of vulnerability, like you said, somebody with a little short skirt can walk on by and have on the right perfume, or somebody with a nice outfit and a little low cut or whatever the girls are low, whatever the girls like, whatever, it's nice cologne, and they, so it's like, no, just even if, just pour into each other. Just pour into each other.
Watch your spouse. Pay attention to them. Like, don't be so caught up in yourself that you're not paying attention to them and what they need. That's not to say that you don't have a need at the same time. Yeah. You probably got a need. You're going to always have a need. Yeah. And the level of needing, the importance of it is going to be different at different times. I know y'all heard people say about the 80-20, the 70-30, the 50-50, whatever, which I know a lot of times is tied to finances. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how there's a high and low of where you guys are in different seasons and stages of your relationship and your marriage. And one is always going to need a little bit more than the other because of certain things. So anybody can be tempted. Yeah. We know what the scripture says, but we're not like immune to anything. Like, we would like to say, oh, I'll never turn my head. I'll never look. I'll never cheat. I'll never all this. And I personally want to say I'll never cheat. I know I never have. But at the same time, somebody can be put in the right situation, like I said, the wrong time for the right person with whatever, that you might not go away, but you might have went to dinner. Yep. You might have accepted them flowers. You might have took that compliment, and now you're thinking about them laying right next to your spouse. And that's still over the line. Yeah. It's still crossing the line. Yeah. So the longer we entertain those type of things, and the longer we allow these gaps in communication, the longer we allow our spouse to just kind of dwindle, the heightened, or the more apt they are to entertain things that are put in front of them that they got no business looking at doing, whatever. And
also, so when we were on the retreat, Alicia, oh man, I wish I could remember the word, but she had taught us about, I forgot what it's called, but it's the whole situation when you have been with someone for so long and you just need to like freshen, you want to keep things fresh, so that it doesn't happen to where something new comes along. You're like, ooh, it's new and shiny, So it's, not just pouring into each other, but also just keeping things fresh, nurturing, go on dates, compliment each other, do little silly things. You don't always have to be so serious. I know we're adults, but we take ourselves so serious in other aspects of our lives. And we don't always have to. We can turn that on and off. We can code switch a seriousness.
Yeah.
So you can have fun together, make each other laugh, make each other giggle, play games together, like do things that you guys really enjoy doing together. Like I was just talking to Cortez a couple days ago, and I was like, I feel like we need to do like a reset, like a hard reset.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is we need to date each other again. We have gotten so busy with all of the rugamaroo. Yes, I said rugamaroo.
Yeah.
But we have gotten so busy and allowed other things to be more important than our relationship that it's just like, okay, bye, honey, have a good day. And then you come home and it's, okay, honey, yeah, okay, yeah, we talking, okay, yeah, we talking. All right, good night. You can get into that rut.
Yeah.
And so for me, a hard reset, when we first started dating, me and Cortez would do picnics in the living room. When it was raining, we would do picnics outside. We would go to the museum. We would go just get ice cream. We would go to the movies. We would go taste wine. We would do all of these fun things. We would paint together. We would go to Build-A-Bear. Have you ever been to Build-A-Bear?
In a minute.
Oh, it's so cute. It just makes your heart melt. I don't know if you guys have one near you, if you're not in St. Louis, but what a wonderful, magical place. But we used to do things like that would allow us to just be able to enjoy each other. We love our children to death, but sometimes kids are distractions as well because they need a lot of our attention too, especially if we're all in the same house. Oh, mommy, can you help me pour this cup of water even though I'm 25 and I know how to pour a cup of water myself? Like, kids need distractions.
Yeah.
And so I like that for us to keep things fresh, to like start pouring into each other more. I'm like, let's do a hard reset. Let's do a hard reset to where we have butterflies again. It's not that I don't love my husband. It's not that I don't like him. It's not that we don't get along.
That's what this next workshop gonna be about.
y'all, that's my model face. Whenever I do this, it's me smiling. Tyra taught me. But yeah, like we just, just starting over, getting to know each other again, especially where we are now. Yeah. So I think it's a fun journey. I think it's like intentional, like we're putting intention into this because I want to, like me and Cortez have been together for, I don't know how many years. I don't know how many years it's been. But we've been married that long. This is like 20-some years. Y'all didn't hear the on the microphone. But we done been together for a very long time. And when we first started dating, we were teenagers. And now we are in our middle ages. Who are we now? Let's date each other as adults now.
Yeah. Like
let's get back to it, because I don't want my husband being like, I mean, because you didn't, encourage me to do this. And no, you wrong. I did.
Yeah.
Stop lying. Don't lie. We lie in the bed, not with our mouth.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that, we are just, really nurturing our relationship and pouring into it and just encouraging each other to be better, not just as husband and wife, but just as people, as parents, as friends, as children of people. We want to be better. Yeah. So I think a hard reset for us is a great idea.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all know about that journey, maybe, possibly, allegedly, supposedly, maybe. I don't know y'all like that for real. So.
Well, she just kidding. She love y'all.
I do.
She love y'all. Well, oh, I'm gonna add one more thing before we close out. I did also want to talk about the importance of both publicly and privately acknowledging your spouse and the things that they are working on. So, for instance, we did a meet and greet. Was it this year? Yeah. We did a meet and greet earlier this year. And we always usually try to do this when we have few new couples coming in because we want people to get to know each other and do like the icebreaker or whatever. And so we wanted to do something different. We always tell our couples everything we do is intentional. It's not by accident. So I wanted to make sure that we created a space in front of all these people, new and old, that you as a spouse had an opportunity to validate your spouse in an effort that they are making. So everybody had to say what are they most proud of about something that their spouse has done. So, for instance, somebody gave spiritual growth, somebody gave, they've been really working in their entrepreneurial business, staying focused and also supporting them at the same time. So you got a chance to hear different things, but it means something to hear it privately, but it also means it publicly. So, even if that means you do it on social media, I know everybody's not big on social media, and I know social media ain't all that. It ain't, you got to use it. But if you're going to be on there, it's nice to every once in a blue moon, maybe just publicly, because some people like the public affection, PDA. Some people like public recognition. And even if it's not on social media, it could be at a family gathering. It could be at a couples retreat like we've done. But you want to make sure that you want your spouse to feel special. Don't let nobody else make your spouse feel more special than you do. That's the point I'm getting to. So you want to acknowledge them and the efforts that they're making, the things they're working on, things you're doing, and you want them to feel like you see them and you see the efforts that they're making, whether that's the stuff that they're working on, like within your relationship that you're trying to change or about themselves, or just the things they're doing for themselves. The ways that they're making to grow. Find something to acknowledge.
Yeah. Because it makes you feel. You said that in the last video that self-praise within your self-love journey. Self-praise. If you praise yourself when they do it, it's just the icing. It's a cherry on top. It's a cherry on top. So help them have a cherry on top.
That cherry on top is intimacy building.
Because it make it. Anywho.
She was about to go there.
I was, and then I shut my mouth because PG 13, 18, 21.
I just sing this song for y'all. I wanna go there with you and do all the things you need me to.
Damn. Okay.
That's the PG version because it's the song. It's by Tyrese. You can go.
Because yeah. Well, Tweet are we gonna wrap it up right on there?
We're gonna wrap it on up.
Well, we're gonna wrap it on up. That's all we have. Ain't got no more.
For today.
For today. Until next week.
Yeah.
Before we do go, if y'all need some help or some direction or some just counsel in your own personal mental health, personal growth, spiritual growth, there are always resources out there. We have resources on our website, agoodthing.one. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Just go do it. Forget all the don't be's. Just go do it. It's always great to just get a little help, a little push, a little non-biased advice or suggestion from someone to help you go on to the next spot in your life, whether it be for just your mental health and wellness, spiritual health, or personal health, right? Y'all go take care of yourself in that way. support you.
If you haven't checked out our first project, our official first book.
Yes.
It's on our website. It's called Marriage Chats, Journey into the Shadows.
Yes.
Make sure you check it out.
Yes, please.
It can be found on the Amazon.
And on the Amazon. And can you order it on the website?
You can.
You can order it on our website too. What did I tell y'all the website was called? A Good Thing.1. Say it with me. A Good Thing.1. Did I say two? No, I said A Good Thing. Y'all, as always, we appreciate you for joining us each week, and we love you. What else? Oh, press buttons so that you don't miss out on every week's episode, because we like to talk to y'all.
Yeah,
we do like sharing stuff with y'all. Okay?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, for real, don't you forget that a good thing is not hard to find.
But it takes work to keep it.
And if you say that you forgot, you're lying. You're lying because we told you.
We did.
We did.
We tell you every week.
And every single week. So if you say that you didn't know, you're lying. Okay. We love you.
Love y'all.
Y'all have a fun week.